All right, good morning everybody. It's Ethan here, up at about 11,500 feet right now, hiking on yet another four-wheel drive road. And as you can see, this is a gnarly one. And today I am in the Uncompahgre National Forest between Ouray and Telluride, Colorado, in the spectacular San Juan Mountains. And I'm headed up to Mount Sneffels, probably one of the, if not the most popular 14er to climb here in the San Juans. It's a Sunday and it's also Labor Day weekend, so there's a good amount of people out here. But the weather is just fantastic. It's just after 8 a.m. right now, and it's already in the mid 50s, going up to close to 60 degrees up on the summit today, and 0% chance of thunderstorms today, which means that I have all day to take my time and enjoy this spectacular hike. Sneffels is supposed to be one of the best in terms of scenery, in terms of views from the summit. It's supposed to be one of the best 14ers in Colorado. So I can't wait to get a little further in on this hike and show you guys all the beauty out here in the San Juan Mountains. The town closest to the trailhead, Ouray, they call it the Switzerland of America because of its resemblance to a town in the Swiss Alps. So you know that it's got to be beautiful up here, and it most certainly is. Even just the drive up to the lower trailhead was spectacular. And at this point I've passed, so I started at the lower trailhead where two-wheel drive cars can get to, and that's about 2.5 miles below the upper trailhead and about 4 miles below the summit. But if you do have all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, you could most certainly make it to the lower four-wheel drive trailhead, which I passed about a half mile back. But if you're looking to go any further than that, you better have a Jeep, like a Wrangler or a 4Runner or something that's modified, something heavy duty, because once you get past that lower four-wheel drive trailhead, it gets intense. I actually just saw someone driving a Nissan Xterra trying to get up the last mile of this road, and they turned around pretty quickly. I think they made it maybe 100 yards from the lower four-wheel drive trailhead and were like, nope, too much. So keep that in mind. But wow, it's just spectacular out here, and I can't wait to show you the views from up in Yankee Boy Basin. All right, well, I made it to the upper trailhead at about 12,385 feet. And as you can see, there's a few vehicles up here, but they're all very heavy duty, four-wheel drive with a short wheelbase. And that is what is highly recommended to drive the last portion of this road. But anyway, you can see the map here. Here's a good view of what the route's gonna be like. We're right there, and we got to cut across Yankee Boy Basin, and then we'll head up this gully, head up an even steeper gully, go through the V-notch, the class 3 move at about 14,000 feet, and then another 150 feet from there to the summit. Pretty straightforward. It's going to be very steep though, very steep, mostly difficult class 2, and then like I said, right there at about 14,000 where the V-notch is, that's gonna be an easy class 3 section. And as you can see, mileage wise, it's saying about 1.2 miles. I think it's more like 1.5, but whatever. And that's the start of the trail. And how beautiful is Yankee Boy Basin? So there's the summit up there. And just look at this. It is incredible up here. The San Juans are a truly spectacular mountain range. All right, so right here you hit a little trail split, and this way will take you to Blue Lakes Pass. You can see there's a trail continuing up that way, and Blue Lakes Pass is up there. And you can actually get to Mount Sneffels by climbing up Blue Lakes Pass. You go up to the pass and then cut right, and that's called the Southwest Ridge. It's a class 3 route, but I'm gonna be taking the standard route to the right this way. And the real fun's about to begin, because I'm about to get into some pretty steep, difficult class 2 terrain here in a minute. All right, well, here is the first of 2 steep gullies you have to climb. The second one being steeper than this one. As you can see, there's a few other people up there. Got to be careful. People have a tendency to kick down rocks, so just keep an eye out for that when you're in these gullies. I'm at about 13,000 feet now, so it's about 1,100 feet of elevation gain up to the summit from here. But it's all going to be very steep and slow going, so it'll probably take a little while, but that's all right. It's beautiful up here, really truly is. And whoa, very steep, but yeah, views of the Southwest Ridge and the other peaks surrounding Yankee Boy Basin are just spectacular. The San Juans are like no other mountain range you'll ever see. Well, I won't lie to you, this is pretty terrible. Very steep, lots of loose rock. Very hard to feel like you're making progress coming up here. It's slow going for sure. And from what I've heard, the other gully is even worse. So I can tell you right now, going down these gullies are going to be pretty crappy. Let me turn around here, show you guys the view I'm getting. That's down where I came up from, Yankee Boy Basin, and the beautiful San Juans. I'll tell you this though, couldn't ask for better weather. It's warm, it feels like it's close to 60 degrees right now. The sun is out, no wind, it's perfect. I mean, I'm well above 13,000 feet, and it is it's the last day of August. Today is the August 31st, so given that, I don't think you could ask for much better weather. Okay, this is gully number 2, and it's very steep. Bigger rocks. And there's the bottom of the saddle right there. Okay, well here's the reason why this hike is easy class 3. This notch right here that you have to climb up. And there's some exposure down here, but it's not too bad. Possibly exposure up there too. We'll find out.
Doing a vlog?
Yep, YouTube.
Nice.
Yep. What's your name?
I'm Brighton.
Brighton, alright.
Nice.
Well, you're YouTube famous now. I have like 300 subscribers, so it's, you know,
wow.
It's big stuff, yeah.
Nice. Big green time.
Alright, well, I'm up that notch, about 50 feet off the summit, and it's not too bad. It definitely is a solid class 3 move, but it's not too bad. And the exposure's not too bad either. Rock. All right, guys, well, me and a lot of other people are on the summit of Mount Sneffels right now, 14,150 feet. My first 14er in the San Juans, and it is so beautiful. These views are probably the best I've seen on a 14er. I mean, this is crazy. So if you look over in that direction, that big peak up there is Uncompahgre, and that is the tallest peak in the San Juans. And then down over there, kind of across that, is where the town of Yoré is. That's looking north towards like Grand Mesa. Montrose is up in that direction. Grand Junction is like way up there. So Telluride is right over there. It's the town, part of the ski resort. And then that's Dallas Peak right there, a 13er right outside of Telluride. Just look at all these amazing looking peaks.
Yeah, I saw other people up there. I was like, that actually looks pretty cool. Yeah. Awesome.
So, Handy's, Sunshine, and Red Cloud are over there. And then the Chicago Basin is off in that direction. But I gotta be honest, I'm not the best at identifying peaks in the San Juan since I don't come out here very often.
Dad, over here.
Alright guys, there are the Blue Lakes down there. And I met two people that I'm going down the class 3 route with.
First time ever.
Southwest Ridge, Mount Sneffels. Actually got to do it after all.
You know what? This is what we would have been doing on the other side, though. Like hand on the snare. Oh, going down. Yeah.
Hiking down the ridge proper, pretty narrow, pretty exposed. Not too bad though. The one thing I love about this so far is it's all solid. The complete opposite of the way I came up. Here's the formation here. They call it the Kissing Camels. Pretty famous little rock formation on the southwest ridge of Mount Sneffels. right, so we're down climbing this part, which is probably going to be the sketchiest part. According to them, at least. I wouldn't know. And then probably going down that gully. Both picking different lines. I'm probably going to go this way, honestly. It's beautiful up here, though. All right, on the lower part of the Southwest Ridge, it's going to be class 2 from here. And you can see where those people are down there. That's Blue Lakes Pass, so I'm really close to that. This was so awesome. Going down the Southwest Ridge was so much nicer than it would have been to go down the standard route. There definitely is some loose rock on the Southwest Ridge, but it's not nearly as bad. And you get a lot of fun scrambling. So I'm definitely glad I met up with those 2 other hikers down there that asked me if I wanted to join them coming down this ridge, because this made the hike so much more enjoyable than it would have to go down the standard route. That would have been just miserable, honestly. But do keep in mind that while the loose rock and scree is not nearly as bad on the Southwest Ridge as it is on the standard route, there is a lot more exposure and a lot of class 3, whereas the only class 3 move on the standard route is the V-notch. There's quite a few class 3 moves that are equally and more difficult than that on the Southwest Ridge here. But it's so much fun. I'm just slowly down climbing this stuff because it is a little slippery in this area. All right, I'm at Blue Lakes Pass, Mount Sneffels Wilderness. Really awesome view up here too. There's a trail that comes from the Telluride side that takes you up, down there to where the lakes are, and then you keep going up to this pass. But I think it's about 6 miles to the Blue Lakes trailhead on that side, and then the trailhead on the other side for Yankee Boy Basin is like a mile from here, so you can actually see it down there. Well, guys, I gotta say, this is probably my favorite 14er that I've ever done. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. I could not believe the views from the summit. I mean, not all 14ers are the same when it comes to summit views, and Sneffels, just the views up there just blew me away. It was so cool. I mean, just getting to be up that high in the San Juans and getting to see all of the different jagged, crazy looking peaks up here, and then getting that awesome view down to the Blue Lakes. And that ridge was just so much fun to down climb. It was a lot more fun than the standard route, and I would highly recommend it to anybody who's anybody who's comfortable with class 3. I would highly recommend doing the Southwest Ridge. It's a much better time than the standard route. But as you can see, I'm making my way back down to Yankee Boy Basin. I'll be there pretty soon, and it's not too far of a hike to get back to the upper trailhead, and hopefully either there or at the lower 4-wheel drive trailhead I'll be able to find a ride back to my car, because I'm lazy and don't want to hike all the way back there. So there's a good look at the standard route. That's the first gully, just loose garbage, terrible. And then up there, that's the southwest ridge. Unless you hear that, lots of people sending rocks down that gully. It's rough. Not to be taken lightly. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna keep heading down back into the basin, and I'll get back to you a little later. All right, guys. Well, as you can see, right up there is the upper four-wheel drive trailhead. And from here, it's about 2.5 miles to where my car is parked. I'm probably just gonna start hiking down the road, and if somebody passes me, see if they'll give me a ride. Still some scree. Not totally done with it yet. But anyway, yeah, I'm probably just gonna wrap up the video here. I'll spare you guys my hike back down the four-wheel drive road. But yeah, this is really cool out here. So spectacular. I'm honest to God, this hike absolutely exceeded every possible expectation I had. I loved every second of it. Even climbing up those gullies, as like grueling as it was still, you know, the views were just so amazing, and it was an experience for sure. And then the southwest ridge was incredible to climb down. Blue Lakes Pass, the views from there were amazing. Of course, the views at the summit were like to die for. So absolutely put this one on your list if you haven't done it yet. Sneffels is, like I said, it's my favorite 14er that I've done thus far. I've done 12 total 14ers. 10 of them are their own independents, 2 repeats, and out of those I can definitely say that Sneffels takes the gold. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. If you like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting a lot more content in the future, and I will see you guys soon for my next hiking adventure in the amazing state of Colorado.